All right, everybody, welcome back to Star Wars Talk. So yesterday we broke down the new TV spot, and today we actually got a little bit of news that came out. Interview with Mark Hamill, which kind of led me into what our discussion is going to be about today, which is Luke Skywalker. So let's talk about Luke. It seems like the big mystery, aside from who Snoke is going to be what happened to Luke. Where is he? Why is he not showing up? So let me get into the article first. I want to talk about what Mark Hamill said in the article, and then we're going to talk about what do we think that means. Do we think it even has anything to do with why everything is so secretive? So let's go through his comments. So in this article that came out, and I think it looks like through Radio Times that gave this interview. Mark is kind of asked about why his role is so secretive, and is the secret in fact going to be on par with the Luke "I am your father" moment? And actually, his answer is really interesting. He says, and I quote, "It's crazy, this NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, stuff where you're not allowed to talk about anything. I have something coming out where there's an amount of money that if it leaks because of me, I don't get that payment. If I keep it secret until the day it comes out, I get that payment." So that's really interesting. And then it goes on a little bit further here and asks him whether or not he feels good about keeping secrets, and then mentions that he knew about the Luke "I am your father" moment long before anybody else did. And he said, "I'm proud of that moment. I knew a year and a half before anybody else that he was actually Dad Vader. I didn't even tell Harrison or my wife because I thought it would be terrible if she said something to a fan. Now it's happening all over again. I'm not even authorized to tell you if I'm in Episode 7. It's all a secret." So this is some interesting comments. So that's going to bring us into our discussion, which is, let's talk about Luke Skywalker. Presumably, according to J. Abrams himself, the question that brought him into this movie is, where is Luke Skywalker and what has he been doing? And that is the question that the whole movie, before they even went in to write The Force Awakens, was set up on. So it makes perfect sense that if that's what really piqued JJ's interest, he came up with something really good for Luke. A really good story, something very fascinating about what's going on with Luke. Because if that's what got him going, if that's what got his wheels turning, if that's what made him change his answer from "I'm not going to even do Star Wars" to "I'm going to do it," and then stay on as an exec producer for the rest of the series, then whatever he cooked up for Luke is good. And probably going to be the main or intricate issue for the entire series. So whatever is going on with Luke is big. It's big for the movie. It may even be the whole premise of the movie is either finding Luke, doing something, something happened with Luke. I've heard some theories that possibly Luke was captured. Some people think Luke's actually dead already. I don't think so. I don't think about either one of those. I don't think either one of those are correct. So there's a lot of different theories about what's going on with Luke. I really, to be honest with you, this is the question that, because we've gotten so little information about Luke, I've struggled with trying to come up with a really good idea of what could be so juicy. I tend to think that what you're going to find is there is a relationship there with Luke and Kylo. Um, People think that Kylo and um, Rey are going to be brother and sister. I kind of subscribe to that theory, but I think it's also possible they're going to be cousins. I think they're going to be cousins. My thought is that Kylo is going to be Luke's kid that went adrift. I do not think that either Leia or Han are even going to know about the child's existence, or that is their nephew. And I definitely don't think Rey is going to know anything about who this person is. But my theory is that you're going to find out that Kylo is Luke's kid. Luke attempted to train Kylo with the Force, and things went wrong. Kylo ran away and joined the First Order and was more attracted to the dark side because Luke, and it's in their blood, Luke and Anakin both were very tempted by the dark side of the Force. And so it's in their blood to be naturally consumed by the dark side, the possibility of the dark side. So I have this feeling that Kylo is going to be Luke's kid, and that it is going to be a family issue. He is going to come in at the end and save the day, but I don't think, I think that's going to be the whole measure of the series, whereas Luke was trying to get his dad back to the light side. Now he's going to have to go and bring his son back or destroy him one way or the other. I don't know how well it's going to go for him. But the more and more I'm thinking about it, this is the best I could come up with as to why there's such secrecy about where Luke is and what he's doing. I mean, otherwise, there has to be something seriously secretive about Luke, because they're not even showing what he looks like. I mean, we've seen the pictures that were leaked from the set, but we still have not seen Mark Hamill's face. We've not seen him in his Jedi garb, even though that's leaked. You would think now, at the very least, one shot of Luke just tripping out, hanging out somewhere, staring at a wall or something, would not give away anything about what Luke's been doing, but they don't even want you to know what he looks like. They don't even want you to see anything about his scenes. And I think that's because his scenes are going to be so pivotal and in such a pivotal part of the movie that you can't just show a glimpse of him without them being able to pick it apart. So that's my theory. That's what I feel about. I think that's going to be the main catalyst for the rest of the series, is going to be that. I'm really curious about what you guys think, because I got to be honest, I've heard lots of different theories about Luke. Somebody said that they think Luke has become the Obi-Wan, where he's just living in a hole somewhere. But Mark Hamill actually brought up that idea at Star Wars Celebration this year and laughed it off, and said, I honestly thought, if you go back and watch the Star Wars Celebration, you know, when they're asked, where did you think your characters would be as opposed to where they are? And Mark said that, you know, basically after what happened with his sister, that he would be off hiding in a hole somewhere because of what happened with Leia. So I don't think that he's in hiding. I don't think that he's necessarily in hiding in a hole somewhere, like they said. I think he's off on a mission trying to do something of his own, which is, in this instance, trying to get his son back to the light side, probably by trying to figure out what drove him to the dark side. So anyway, we'll see. He may not even know. The other thing I'm thinking is he may not even know that what his son has become. You know, if Kylo ran off and joined the First Order and became one of the Knights of Ren, Luke may not have even tracked him that far. He may not have been able to figure out yet that he's joined that group, especially if he's powerful within the Force. There's a good chance that Kylo may have ran off. Yeah, and the other thing is with the Vader obsession, it makes sense that he was told about who Vader is. Probably from somebody within the Skywalker family, because he now knows that he has this connection with Vader, which means somebody in the Skywalker clan trained him or broke it down that this is who your grandfather is. So anyway, we're going to see what happens with Luke. Please let me know what you think about my theory. Let me know what you think about Mark Hamill's comments. Do we think that this is going to be? Do you think this is going to be a bigger "I am your father" moment? Do we think that the secrecy is just to hype up the movie, or do we think that this is going to be the biggest hammer? This Luke secret is so big that it's going to be the biggest hammer in the Star Wars line of secrecy that's fallen yet. So let me know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thanks so much for listening today. I think we'll take the weekend off. We've done 4 videos this week, Star Wars talk, so we'll take the weekend off unless something huge just drops this weekend. I don't think so, not with the teaser that came out, and we've had a lot of news here lately. So I think we'll pick up on Monday. And again, if you guys have things you want to talk about, things that you'd like me to kind of explore, get my opinion on, please leave comments, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I really want to get a discussion going here. Like I said, I tend to listen to all the other Star Wars talks, and I try to comment and discuss and get with as many of the other fans as I can, because it's just this is my favorite part of the movie release process. Is we're all so blind as to what's going to happen, and after this movie falls, then the speculation is going to grow even further, because then now we'll know a little bit about what's going on. But I promise you, JJ is not going to give away the whole school here in the first episode. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that the new directors and the new writers come up with for this arc, this series of 3 movies. And it seems like, based on the news that Disney put out the other day, that we're going to get a lot more than just this new trilogy. There's going to be another trilogy after that. And if it stays making them money, there'll be another trilogy after that. So Star Wars can just keep going on, and that's perfectly fine with me. All right, guys, please like, please subscribe. Feel free to check out all our other videos that we've made this week, and have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.